we're standing in the back of church getting ready for his wife's funeral. I give him a hug. I encourage him to keep breathing. And he looks away for a second, gets this kind of far away look in his eyes. And he turns to me, and I can see tears at the edges of his eyes. And he asks, "When I die, will I still recognize her? Will she still know me?" I've heard that question before. "What do you think?" I said. I looked at him and said gently, "Yes, I believe that you will. I do. For I believe that all that we have loved becomes a part of who we are, part of what we take into the life beyond this life. Love is forever." So, what's with today's gospel and the answer that Jesus gives about marriage in heaven? The Sadducees, who do not believe that there is life after death, create this ridiculous scenario to try to make their case. So, a woman has a husband, and he dies without making any children. So, all 6 of the brothers married her, and then they died without giving her a child. Now, at the resurrection, whose wife will this woman be? If I were to try to summarize the response of Jesus in my own words, it's this: you've obviously spent a lot of time on this question. It's the wrong question. You see, marriage, this beautiful, difficult, holy calling called marriage, is not an end in itself. This is also true for our best friendships. Marriage and deep friendships are, in themselves, important and good, yes. They are also, and even just as importantly, a means to the end. Marriage is a training ground for our soul. It is meant to open us up beyond this one relationship to better love this entire world. I mean, to have bigger souls, really. And that yields life both in this life and in the life beyond what we can see. And we need to learn on earth how to be more open to the fullness of this enormous unity that awaits us in heaven. And one of the purposes of relationship is to help forge our souls for that incredible love. Marriage is hard. I mean, really hard. Relationships are messy. They are also a school of love in which we learn what it means to be truly human beings. Any authentic relationship leaves us less defended and selfish and more available and loving. And if any particular relationship struggles or does not last for any reason, what we learned from those struggles can also help bring out the best in us for this world. And so a different way to summarize the response of Jesus: no, you won't be married the way you are talking about it. And you won't need that. I mean, yes, that person will still be a part of you and you a part of them. You will be. But there is something much bigger here. For you will both know your unity with all that is love, your unity with everything and everyone. My friends, this will be even better than playing golf with him or her in the life beyond this life, dancing with her, fishing with him. And if you had those moments with someone on earth, you're truly blessed. But those were but a taste of the fullness of the love that awaits us in the life beyond what we can see. A taste of this incomprehensibly huge love that awaits us. We can't even get our heads around it. Each week, we speak about this in our creed when we say, we believe in the resurrection of the body. What does that mean? What does that look like? It's certainly not a resuscitation of the body we once had, which has now been cremated, buried in the earth. From everything I can understand and imagine, it has to be like the body Jesus had after he was raised from the dead, a resurrected body. Now, it was like the body he had on earth, but different. I mean, he could walk through walls, and the disciples could kind of recognize him, but like not all the way. And it was like when he said the name Mary in the garden, that she realized it wasn't the gardener. Or when Thomas put his hands in the wounds of his side, that he said, "My Lord and my God." Or when the resurrected Jesus had fish with the disciples on the shore, or broke the bread with those two disciples on the road to Emmaus, that they realized it was him. So I think that that's what a resurrected body for us must be also. Personally, I take comfort from knowing that, because though I don't know exactly how it will be, because I and my dad will both have resurrected bodies, I'll get to hug him again somehow. If you were at our All Souls Mass on Wednesday night, you'll know that it was beautiful and tender. And we brought in our book of remembrance, which is filled with so many important names of our loved ones who've gone before us in death. Carries great love and sometimes heartbreaking letting go. And to those who have buried a loved one and who wonder, when I die, will I still recognize her? Will she still know me? My answer is yes. I believe that you will. I do. All that we have loved becomes a part of who we are and of what we take into the life beyond what we can see. But you and I will know a bigger unity, our oneness with all that is good and loving and true, because our relationships with our loved ones who have died, they've given us just a taste of the life and the love that awaits us in the world beyond what we can see. A life and a love more wonderful than we could even imagine.